Hi my elegance family, welcome again to another episode on the Winning School of Elegance channel. Today's video is going to be a very interesting and another important video. If you're a business owner or aspiring to own a business in the nearest future, then this episode is certainly for you, as I'll be sharing with you 12 reasons why businesses struggle or fail, so that you know exactly what you ought to be doing or what you ought not to be doing in your business to keep it thriving and stand the test of time. But before we dive right into the topic, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now would be a very good time for you to click that subscribe button and join the family, most especially if leveling up is something that's of importance to you. There is so much more goodness on leveling up coming on the channel, so you definitely want to be a part of the community so that you do not miss out on any of it, okay? Now let's get right into the video. Just in case you're wondering how discussing why businesses fail is connected to elegance or living an elegant lifestyle, I always say that it is so much more easier and more interesting for you to maintain an elegant lifestyle if you are successful. And that's why sometimes I come on here and I'm sharing business secrets or finances secrets to just help you thrive and succeed in your business and with your finances as well, so that as elegant people you can be financially successful and have all that you need to take very good care of yourself, because truly maintaining an elegant lifestyle is so much more easier when you have the wealth to accompany it. So that's why it's very important that we delve into the topic of business, entrepreneurship, finances and whatnot, so that you can know and arm yourself with all of the knowledge and information that you need to truly live a successful, elegant life. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. I will not only be highlighting the problems that businesses encounter that makes them fail or struggle, I would also be sharing with you some possible solutions that you can apply so that you are tackling the problem head on, okay? A lot of people have this misconception that the reason or the primary reason why a business fails or a business struggles is lack of capital or funding. And I say that that's absolutely not true. Sometimes you can actually start up a business with zero capital and zero funding, and if you have certain qualities and characteristics, you can literally make a lot or create a successful business out of nothing. And I also know people who have all of the wealth in the world given to them to help them thrive at business, but they have made a failure of the businesses that they have tried to start up in their lives. So not having adequate capital or funding is not the reason why your business is struggling. Don't get me wrong, capital and funding is quite important. It's important for your business to have cash flow and all of that. But if you're not arming yourself with some other qualities and characteristics, which I'm going to be sharing today, then certainly money or not having capital is certainly not your problem. So I just wanted to say that to get that out of the way. And then with that being said, the number one problem that businesses encounter that makes them struggle or fail is not developing the character of business. Now, a lot of business people go into business thinking that business is all about developing a product and selling it to the consumers or selling it to their audience. A lot of people haven't embodied the character of a business person or a business owner or what a business entails. Having that character and having that mindset actually sets you apart from the ordinary or common person who just wants to buy and sell. Having a business goes beyond buying and selling. And sometimes I find that some creatives, people, especially people who have talents or skills or who are into arts, focus solely on their arts. They focus solely on their skill, and they are not focusing on developing the business aspect of that skill. I say that it's one thing for you to have a skill, it's one thing for you to be very good at something, then it's also another thing for you to understand the business of that thing. That's why you find certain people who are maybe actors or musicians or people who are content creators or people who are gifted at something. They know how to do that thing so well. They may be excellent cooks. They may thrive at doing something, but they do not really know how to make or create money or value out of that skill or talents that they have. And that's because they haven't embodied or taken on the mindset of a business person. So that's the first problem, not developing the character of business. Now, not developing the character of business means that you're not interested in, you've not allowed your mind delve into the things that help or make a business thrive. And the solution that I've put down here is become a lifelong student of business and then leave yourself open to varied experiences with regards to business. Open up your mind and tell yourself that you're ready to go the whole 9 yards to ensure that you thrive at business. And some of the other things I'm going to be sharing with you would actually open up your mind to see the things that you need to do to embody the personality of a business person or take on the mindset of entrepreneurship. So you need to literally open up your mind and tell yourself that you would go the whole 9 yards. You would go all the way when it comes to business. It's all in the mind. Business is actually mostly what happens here and how you are able to conceive your idea or conceive that business all up in your head. And then once you've opened up your mind to go the whole 9 yards, it will be super duper easy for you. The second problem that I've highlighted here on my notes that makes businesses fail or struggle is not understanding the core purpose or value of your business. Now, I always say to people, whether in business or in life, that you can literally not go anywhere without a destination. If you set out to go somewhere, you definitely should and must have a destination. If not, you would not know how to navigate your way to wherever it is you want to go. It will be impossible for you to know what routes to take, what to do, what not to do, and all of that. If you were asked today what your business destination was, would you know where you're headed? Would you know what primary value your business is offering to your consumers or people who are in demand of whatever it is you're putting out? What is your core value as a business person? If you cannot describe your core value as a business person in less than 1 or 2 sentences at the most, then you definitely do not know where you are headed or what your destination is. You must be able to communicate what the value that you're offering the world through the business that you have created is. You must be able to communicate it in very simple, clear terms. The solution that I've put down here for this particular problem is for you to have a vision. You need to have a clear, crisp, precise vision for your business. What is your business all about? Having a clear, crisp vision can be a very powerful force for your business, because once you are able to have a clear, crisp vision, you definitely know exactly where your business is headed, and then you start to see clearly what you need to do to get to the destination that you have set for your business. So what you must do today as a business person is for you to have a clear vision. And the practical steps to do this is take a paper and a pen and then write out a clear vision statement for your business. Your vision statement should be your core value, what your business is all about. What is the purpose of this business? And your vision statement should be a very short statement. What do you want to achieve as a business person? You want to be the biggest cosmetic brand in Africa. That can be a vision statement for you. What is the vision statement of your business? After writing out the vision statement, it's important that you're writing out a mission statement as well. Now, your mission statement can be a lot broader. It can have different layers to it. But your mission must be aligned with the vision that you have set for yourself as well. And then after having your mission statement, you go ahead and highlight the goals, those actionable steps, those things that you need to do or you need to achieve, and then what you need to do to achieve these things that you need to achieve, so that per time you are meeting your vision. So it's important that as a business owner, if you want to thrive, you must have a clear vision. You must have a clear destination. You must have a clear end game for your business. That way you are able to navigate through life and do all that it takes to ensure that your business thrives at all times. The third problem that I have highlighted here on why certain businesses struggle or fail is not acquiring enough knowledge or information about the business that you are in and how you can succeed at it. That's pretty clear. Knowledge in itself is power, but do you know where the real power is? Knowledge that is applied is actually where the real power lies. So, I said in my first point, I said become a lifelong student of business and leave yourself open to varied experiences. That point is kind of like aligned with this third point, and I've put down here that the solution to not acquiring enough knowledge is for you to go for knowledge. Knowledge sets you apart from the rest of the world. Now, I'm not saying go grab all of the knowledge and information that exists in the world. This is why it's important for you to have a clear vision. Your vision will guide you on what information or knowledge it is you need to acquire to help your business thrive. You need to be a daily student of business. Just having that skill is not enough for you to thrive. You need to understand that for you to thrive at a certain skill or career, there are other important skills that you need to acquire as well. Skills like business management, skills like time management, skills like communicating effectively, skills like there's so many freaking skills that you need. So I'll use myself as an example. I love to cook, and when I was on the path of developing my cooking career into a full-time career, it dawned on me so fast that just knowing how to cook was not going to get me to where I wanted to go. I understood so well that I had to develop and learn other skills. Now, I play really big in the content creation space. Content creation, you have to understand production. You have to understand production skills. You have to understand pre-production, post-production. You have to have editing skills. You have to have team building skills. So I realized that I had to go learn all of these things. So apart from just knowing how to cook, I'm also excellent when it comes to production. I know how to direct. I know how to edit. I know how to set up the lights. And I remember when I was just starting out, I was doing most of these things myself before along the way I started to build and develop my own team. So it's important that you are building your skill, and the one way you can do that is by acquiring knowledge. Take a course if you must. Go back to school to study something that's related to the vision that you have set for yourself if you must. Read that article, watch that video. Surround yourself with people who are aligned with your vision or your values and all of that. Learn every single day, every single thing that you can to ensure that you are thriving at the business that you've set out for yourself. Be a continuous and a daily student of business if you want to thrive in your business, okay? The fourth problem that I've highlighted here that makes businesses struggle or fail is when businesses work only for money. You are working day in, day out for money, and you are not thinking outside the box. Now, I love to call these people the self-employed people. The people who are all just about where is the next money going to come from. They are not concerned about the future. They're not concerned about building. They're not concerned about investments. They're not concerned about all of that. Theirs is just, where is this next money going to come? And these kind of people, the minute they stop working, their money stops coming. Once they stop working, the money stops coming. And I said to myself, is that really sustainable? Do you think you can continue to work for the rest of your life? Do you think the same energy you have when you're 30 is the same energy you would have when you're 50 or 60? So working for money is not ideal. The most important thing as a business owner is working to actually acquire assets. Don't just work day in, day out for money. So you're focusing on this money, as long as I'm paying my bills and all. No. The most sustainable thing for you as a business person is to work so that you can acquire assets. People who are overly focused on working and get any money to save, that's not sustainable. At 60, you will still find that you're still working. At 70, you find that you're still working when you're supposed to be resting. So work not for money, work to actually acquire assets. Go and find out what asset is. That's where you need to also get more information and get more knowledge. What assets are you acquiring for yourself so that when you are 50 and not doing anything, your assets are producing and creating money for you? The wealthy people in the world today actually thrive on the assets they have created for themselves. So it's important that if you really truly want your business to thrive and stand the test of time, you're not working for money, rather you're working to acquire assets, okay? The fifth point that I've highlighted here on why certain businesses struggle and fail is some business owners give up too soon. Giving up too soon is actually a problem. And if you actually study some of the most successful people in the world who have actually even gone and are living in the beyond, but their names are still relevant in this time, is some of these people actually tried and continued in the process until they achieved what their goal was for success. I'll give an example like Thomas Edison, who invented the light bulb. That's a very popular example. Another person that comes to mind is the founder of McDonald's. If you've watched the movie that highlights the story of how McDonald's actually started and it has been and is still being a super success, I think the name of that movie is called The Founder. You should go watch that movie. That movie teaches you a lot about resilience. It teaches you about staying disciplined and committed to a goal until you've achieved your intended results. So giving up too soon is actually a problem that a lot of people face. And something that most people don't know is that sometimes the process, going through a particular process, is actually a treasure for you as a person. Because I liken the process to your character building stage. It's like your strength building stage. It's a blessing in itself. That's where you are built up as a person. That's where you learn the ropes. You're learning and understanding certain things. Because truth of the matter is that if you don't go through the process, if you eventually become a success, you will not be able to sustainably hold that success or make that success last, because you do not know what it takes to actually create the success. But when you have gone through the process of trying and failing, making your mistakes and errors, it's actually a blessing, because that way you are actually holding your success title from a place of experience. You know exactly what you ought to do or what you ought not to do as long as that business is concerned. I tell people who have thrived in business that sometimes, for example, when you are in your 60s or 70s and you want to teach people and people come to you for the knowledge that you have, so what they are coming to learn is not necessarily the knowledge that you're going to share with them. What they're coming to learn from you is actually your experience. Your experience through the process that you went through to achieve the success that you have. So don't give up too soon. Another problem that I will highlight later on in this video is the problem of not embracing failure. I'll talk about that later. Some people quit because of failure. Some people quit because they don't have the strength of character of business. Some people quit because they feel like business is setting up for them. People quit for so many reasons. But don't just quit at the first sign of trouble. Have endurance and hold on and keep trying and keep going through whatever it is you need to do to achieve the great success that you know that you deserve, okay? The next problem that I've highlighted here is getting carried away at the first sign of success. Some people succeed in business, and once they start to have that money rolling, they just get carried away. They lose their value, they lose their senses because money is coming in, and then they start to do things that will not help that money that has come in or that success that has come in become sustainable. So they get carried away. I have a real life example of someone I know who was thriving so well in business and had his first breakthrough in business, acquired a lot of money. And the next thing he started to do was what? He started being frivolous with girls, clubbing at night, partying, and he just literally forgot himself. He just literally forgot his business ethics. He forgot everything about business. He forgot everything about building his business, and he felt like, the money has come. I always say to people that you don't really know the true character of a man or a person until you have put money in the hands of that person. Money amplifies the character of the owner. Money amplifies the character of the person that has the money. So when you only know someone for who they are when they have success or when they have money. So some people get carried away and forget that for you to sustainably maintain that success, you have to work, in fact, sometimes twice as harder as you worked to get the success in the first place. My solution is pretty simple. Don't get carried away. Have a clear vision. Your vision is not to achieve one small success and stop. If that's your vision, that's all well and good. But if your vision is to build something sustainable that can stand the test of time and run through generations, then ensure that you're not getting carried away at the first sign of success. You get your first 10 million naira, you feel, okay, that 10 million naira is a lot of money. And then you forget that there's certain things you must do to ensure that that 10 million naira reproduces itself again. So don't get carried away, okay? The next point that I've highlighted here as a problem is not encouraging teamwork or delegating correctly. Some business owners have this problem of trying to do it all by themselves. If you want to truly build a business that's successful and thriving and lasts and stands the test of time, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot do it alone. You need a team. And see, there is no reward, there is no price that comes to anyone who tries to do it all by themselves. You need people, and that's why people have been given to us. So my solution is stop trying to do it all by yourself. If you say, oh, but I don't have the money to hire people, let me tell you something. It is actually cheaper for you to hire people to get your job done for you, so that you can focus on other things that actually would also help you to continue to create wealth or make a success of yourself. So you think you're saving money by not hiring people. Trust me, you're not. You're actually stressing yourself out, wearing yourself thin by doing it all by yourself. Imagine you're a creative person who has 1,000,010 ideas. You have one idea and you want to do all and execute all the idea by yourself. It means that the other ideas you have will go to the back burner because you can't really exert yourself. And as a single person, there's only so much that you can do by yourself. So it's important that you're having or building a team. And for business owners who already have a team, it's important that you're delegating correctly. And for this to happen, you ought to know and understand your team members. You need to know and understand their strengths and their weaknesses, and then assign them tasks that will help their strengths shine through. Some people are good at something, others are not. And that's okay. So you being the business owner or the leader needs to know what the strengths and weaknesses of your team members are, and then assign them tasks that allows them to thrive through their strengths. That's very important. So the problem is not having a team and then not delegating correctly. The solution is build a team and then delegate. Assign tasks to your team members based on their strengths and not their weaknesses, okay? The 8th problem that I have highlighted here is not creating an effective system for operations. Every business thrives on systems. The reason McDonald's is actually one of the biggest, if not the biggest in the world to this day, is because of their effective system. What's their effective system? They promise that when you come into a McDonald's, you literally have your food served to you in less than 5 minutes or so. I'm not sure if it's 5 minutes, but the time that it takes for them to make your burger, give you your drink is literally, in fact, I think is literally like almost immediately. And for that to happen, it means that there are effective systems in place that has been designed to ensure that there's a quick turnaround of exchange between McDonald's and their consumers. So as a business owner, you're asking yourself, what effective systems have you put in place to ensure that there is a flow, like there's a seamless flow of operations and activities, and all of the departments in your business are functioning seamlessly without any hindrances or obstruction? A system can be, what's your communication system like in your business? Does one person have to talk to one person to do what one person is? Or is there a way that whoever needs to talk to the person that needs to do the job is talking to them directly, instead of going through so many channels and then watering down the information? What's your accounting system like? What's your system of cash flow like? You need to have a clear system of operation for your business to thrive. What's your system of communicating to your customers? Do you have an effective system that communicates to them swiftly? What's your system for communicating to your suppliers or your clients? How do you communicate to these people? You must have effective systems put in place if you want your business to thrive. Sometimes this is something that is easily very overlooked, but it's that little tiny thing that actually makes a business thrive. So set up effective systems for your business today, okay? The next problem that I've highlighted here on why certain businesses fail or struggle is lack of emotional maturity and strength of character. A lot of entrepreneurs think, again, that business is all about buying and selling. My dear, that's not all business is about. If you lack emotional maturity and strength of character, trust me, you will not be able to go through the test of time. In business, you're dealing with a lot of people, different individuals with different emotions, different temperaments, different feelings, and different everything. If you are not emotionally mature, which I also like to call emotional intelligence, if you're not emotionally intelligent, you will not be able to thrive through business. If you're the kind of person who wears your emotions on your sleeves, when you're angry, you are angry. When you're angry with maybe someone in your personal life, you're taking it out on people in your business life. And then, of course, your business will definitely suffer when you're projecting unnecessary emotions that it doesn't need on the business. Emotional intelligence in business requires that you maintain a certain kind of maturity. You maintain a certain disposition or personality when you're dealing with business. You have to learn to put your emotion in check. You need to curb the excesses of your emotions so that your emotions are not tampering or hampering with your processes as a business person. Strength of character is same thing as well. What is your character like as a business person? If you don't have a beautiful character in your personal life, you need to develop character in your business. Are you honest? Are you respectful? Are you polite? Are you disciplined? Can you wake up when you ought to wake up to do what you need to do? Do you meet people's times? Do you respect people's times? Do you respect appointments? Do you respect schedules? What would you do when a sudden problem hits your business? What would you do as a business person when you are hit with a problem or a challenge? Would you scamper and hamper or have a sharp focus and deal with the problem that needs to be dealt with and create a solution for it? As a business owner, you need to be developing emotional maturity and strength of character. Learn how to be very emotionally intelligent. If you don't understand the concept, I ask that you go read up on it. It's also a skill that you need to develop if you really truly want to thrive in business. The 10th problem that I've highlighted here on why certain businesses fail or struggle is when you do not understand the core need of your consumers or your audience. Every business has a core value to offer. Remember the points I made in the second point that I made about creating a clear vision. If your vision is not aligned with the need of your audience or your consumers, there's a problem somewhere. And again, I always say this, that your business, there's no business that targets everyone. Your target audience can't be everyone. Your target audience has to be niched down to a certain group of people so that you are creating proper solutions for those people. So when you do not understand the core value or the core need rather of your consumers, it becomes a problem. And that takes me to my next point which is not paying attention to feedback. That's the 11th point. Not paying attention to feedback. Your business is constantly talking to you. You are constantly receiving feedback from your operations, your systems, your consumers and whatnot. The solution I've put down here is you need to start paying attention to the feedback that you're getting. Everything in your business is talking to you. Your consumers, your audience, your team members, your systems, your income statement, everything is talking to you. If your team members are grumbling and are not happy and excited, they're actually telling you something. They may not be telling it to you directly, but you need to pay attention as a business owner. Why are they grumbling and why are they not excited? If your income statement is not tallying with the goal that you've probably set for yourself, why is the money not coming in? It's feedback from your business. Your consumers are probably saying something or they are not saying something. It's feedback for your business. And you need to understand that feedback is very important for your business to thrive. And points 10 and 11 are kind of like intertwined. So when you get feedback helps you now understand the core need of your consumers and your audience. So ensure that you are keeping your ears to the ground at all times. You're keeping your eyes open when it comes to observing. You need to observe what's happening and what's not happening. You need to be able to see through everyone, see through everything, so that you are taking in the feedback that you're getting, whether that feedback is in the form of verbal feedback or just things happening around you. I hope that makes sense. And the very last problem that I've highlighted here on why certain businesses fail or struggle is belittling the importance of failure. Guys, I always say that failure in itself is not failure. Failure is only failure depending on how you look at it. Trying something and not succeeding at it is not failure in itself. It's just an experience. And not succeeding at something is not a reason for you to give up or quit. It's just another reason for you to try, but this time you're trying from experience so that you know exactly what not to do again. Does that make sense? So failure in itself is not failure. How you see it is what determines whether it becomes failure or not. The solution to this particular problem I've put down here is to be a successful entrepreneur, you must learn to fail, correct, learn, and apply what was learned and continue at it until you get it right. Remember the point that I made about people who give up too quickly? It's because they probably don't succeed at something and they're like, nah, this is not for me, and then they quit. But sometimes when you don't succeed at something, it's actually an invitation for you to try that thing again, but this time with a different approach. So as an entrepreneur or a business owner, you need to understand that failing is part of the process. Not succeeding. I don't want to use the word failure because failure is actually really has been washed down a lot and has a lot of negativity on it. So not succeeding at something is a part of your process. When you don't succeed at something, correct yourself immediately, learn from that process and apply what you have learned and try again. Try again. In business, making a mistake, admitting the mistake, and learning how to turn your bad luck or your challenges or the problems into a good one or a solution is essential for success. Sometimes the reason you do not succeed at something may not necessarily be because you can't succeed at it. It may just be because you haven't garnered enough information or knowledge that's required for you to succeed at it. So when you fail or you don't succeed at something, ask yourself, what did I do or what didn't I do that has caused this thing not to succeed? And the answer will definitely always come to you. Now, those are some of the problems that actually cause certain businesses to fail or struggle. Of course, there's still a lot more, but for the sake of not making this video too long, I decided to just highlight some of the top ones. And these 12 are my top 12. If you have any more that I haven't mentioned, it would be nice for us to continue this conversation in the comment section. So just leave us a comment in the comment section and let's continue the conversation from there. To my elegant business owners, I'll leave you with these last words. Business is certainly not for the faint-hearted. And if you want to succeed at business, you definitely need to be sure that you're looking at things from a holistic standpoint and not just one way. Business is more than just buying and selling. There is so many layers to it. And if you really want to thrive at it, you want to ensure that you're going the whole 9 yards. I know you got this. You got the strength for it. You've got the ability for it. and I certainly truly wish you all of the best in your business endeavors. I'll see you again in another video. Until then, remember to stay very elegant. Take care, guys.